Hey, this is Brandon Chase from Season 5 of The Voice, and you're listening to Dispatch Radio.
Welcome back to Dispatch Radio, folks. We have Will Weinbrink on with us. Last segment we were talking about I Saw the Light and The Free State of Jones, two great films you got to catch, but there's still more to come. He's got a comedy coming up, Carter in June, and turns producer on us. He's got a premiere coming up in a couple of weeks, Manhattan Nights, right around the corner. And Will, let's just jump to that. What's going on with that? It's kind of an indie thing going on. You got a producer thing going on. Film-noir stuff's great crime drama stuff. So you're right on what's going on with that.
Yeah, super excited about that. Actually, it's going to be premiering in New York on May 16th in Manhattan, which is great because it's called Manhattan Night, and I'm super excited. It stars Adrian Brody and Yvonne Strahovski, Campbell Scott, Jennifer Beals, and myself. It's an amazing film. It's kind of, my friend who is the director kind of coined it as new noir. He was feeling like noirs were no longer being told that story. And it kind of reminds me a little bit, say, of an LA Confidential, but a current film, not a period piece. But it deals with Adrian Brody, who's a reporter for the local paper, and he gets sucked into this world by the beautiful, enchanting ingenue lead female Yvonne Strahovski into this dark, dark world. Kind of gets sucked into this vortex of this murder mystery. And it's just a great, great thriller with an awesome ending that, you could, as any guy, especially, in the 30s, 40s can relate, having some woman like that come on to you in a way where it feels genuine, but also you're just not sure what her motive is. It's still just so tempting to have someone so strikingly beautiful as her come behave that way with you. So it's a great film. It's a really cool. I hope what my goals are, what Brian's hopes is that this helps kind of bring noirs back in a way, because noirs are still feels like they're a little bit shaded in the black and white world, and we wanted to bring that type of story back to a present day and not have it always have to be a period thing, even if it isn't color like the LA Confidential, but have something be current and present. And so I'm really excited. We're going to have a screening on the 16th, and then on the 20th, we're going to have a cast and crew screening also in New York. It's a really cool little film. And Campbell Scott, I do have to give him a shout out. He plays this brilliant auteur director, and it must have been such a nice role for him to sink his teeth into, because he gets to wear like a wig. He gets to do so many things that I feel like someone who is at his range of age, in a way, to be honest, doesn't really often get to do. And he's brilliant in the role.
What was it really like putting on the producer hat, trying to do something a little bit different?
It's funny because I've been wanting to. Being an actor is when it works, it's such a gift. But also, what happens is you start to realize that you're a part and parcel in another person's world, and you feel sometimes, or I feel a little bit like I'm a hired gun that comes in, does my thing, and leaves. And I started to feel like there's other stories that I want to tell, stories I think that are actually better than some of the things that I'm doing. And so it led me to start looking at the world of producing, because I'm like, why do I have to wait till I become Brad Pitt and have Plan B, or George Clooney with Smokehouse? Why can't I do it now? So that's what started it on this road, and my friend was in the process of writing this script and getting this project off the ground. So I said, let me jump in, let me help you however I can. And fortunately, the ways that I helped were enough for him to be like, hey man, I want to give you a producer credit, which I was really grateful for. And we're talking about the next projects to make together, which is also exciting because he's made a really good film, and for a first-time filmmaker, it's a big deal.
Great stuff.
Especially at that budget.
Great stuff. Manhattan Night. premiering very, very soon. So look out for that. We'll link to some of the information we have on that. I think we just covered one of the recent trailers just dropped. We're covering that. So
oh, really?
We'll link back to that. Yeah. So
oh, cool.
All right, let's just shift gears. You got to dye your hair blonde. You got to play a
baby.
Carter in June. Talk about it.
Chicken
about that.
Yellow.
That's Chicken Yellow, man. You win it.
Chicken Yellow. That's what I went in for the callback, and after I did the scene, I kind of took my pants down because I incorporated it. Well, one of the scenes I'm like having sex with this girl, so I literally kind of had my pants unbuckled and stuff. And as I was pulling up my pants, the director's like, "Hey, so would you be open to like bleaching your hair?" And it so threw me because no one's ever asked me to dye my hair before. But I was kind of a little bit in like a little bit of like a 3-second pause, shock / is that what you just asked me? And I was like,
my pants are undone right now. This is really kind of inappropriate for you to talk to me right now. Right.
And he was like, and I was so, what do you mean? And he was like, well, we're thinking maybe, like blonde, like, bleach blonde. And I was like, blonde? Really? And, it's one of those moments where I felt like you gotta go with what you're being given in a way, and if you want to do this role, you just kind of surrender yourself to what it is. And I kind of immediately was like, yeah, nope, that sounds fun. And actually, it was fun, and it kind of once I handled the curveball, I was totally into it because it's like, when do you get to dye your hair blonde even for 2 months and then go back to your hair? It's just like, I would never do it because
you basically had a vacation almost totally from yourself, metaphorically and also physically.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're getting paid, so it's like it's a perfect combination.
To be a pastor, you could say, "Oh, I've been there and done that. Thank you."
To be a sex-crazed pastor.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
Goodness.
Spreading the word of the Lord and making love to beautiful women. Not a bad combination.
Half the readers and viewers right now are trying to change the channel on me, folks. It doesn't reflect me, I swear. It's all Will and his blonde locks. Don't blame me and all this stuff.
It's me channeling the madman.
Oh, goodness gracious. Carter in June. We'll get some information on that out to you, folks. Manhattan Night, ready to premiere and drop, but also check out some of the other stuff, Will Weinbrink, and he's got a ton of crazy stuff going on out there, so we'll try to get all of his social media information that you can kind of follow him, and that way if he, bleaches again, you guys will know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, my Instagram is @WillWeinbrink, and my Twitter is also @WillWeinbrink. And I think for everybody watching, if you guys, Carter and June's really it's actually a love story, so I play kind of like, I definitely play the red herring or the wild horse in the whole movie, but it's a beautiful love story about Carter and June, who are both pretty broke at the moment, who decide to basically kind of like Robin Hood, steal from this very rich guy in order to help themselves and help a couple other people, and hilarity and wildness kind of ensues. It's kind of like it's a genre. It's kind of a genre slam between action comedy, heist thriller, and a love story, all kind of slammed and mashed together.
Wow, that is. I don't even know what to say. That's such a great style. Will Weinbrink, thanks you so much for fitting this in, Will. I know it's a busy schedule for you, my friend, and it's great to get to know you and talk to you some more.
Yeah, dude, I really appreciate it. I look forward to meeting you in person sometime.